My name is Téa Drift. I'm 16 years old and I was born into this program as a video maker, telling stories about what I feel is important to me, and I've just recently started working with photography. Every now and then, someone walks into your life and becomes your teacher, the role model, the person you aspire to be. For me, that is Vainio. She is a wonderful photographer. She has watched me grow up and has captured my life in pictures. She is one of my rocks and has always been there for me.
Hello, my name is Vainio. I live in Duluth, Minnesota. I work at the University of Wisconsin-Superior. Been there for 17 years. Been working in higher education for about 25 years. And about 5 years ago, I picked up a camera, a high-end camera, and decided I wanted to be a photographer. My boss decided to get a Olympus camera, and so that we could document our events, and so we bought one, and someone had to be the one that took the photos, and I decided that that person would be me. And I started to take photos of our events, and then just kind of took on that role throughout the years, and I started to get a little bit better at it. Ivy's first photograph of me was also with my friend Jasmine, who went to school with me and her son Jacob. And it was, Jasmine and I were both princesses at the time, so it was the photo went viral, and we went on to calendars and art exhibits and everything. It was actually called Powwow Royalty. It was a really great experience, and then after that she continued to photograph us a lot, and we have so many projects done with her. I've had a few exhibitions, and I think about 5 exhibitions. Some of my photography has been featured in national magazines, newspapers, also it's also been featured recently on a mural in Virginia. Sue Martinson did the mural in Virginia, and she asked me for some of my photography of powwow dancers, so that powwow culture could be represented in that mural. And it makes me feel really good that my photos of those individuals are painted on that mural, because it's going to be there for forever. She seems to have more of a connection with the people that she photographs. She won't go out, and she will photograph a stranger, but she won't ever use them anywhere except for Facebook if she doesn't know them, because she's the type of photographer that likes to get people's permission before she sends them places. She won't use a photo of you that you wouldn't approve of, and she's really respectful like that. Everything that I try to do with this camera, I try to do in a respectful way. And I know some of the cultural norms about when to take a photo and when not to take a photo, and I have made those mistakes and learned the hard way sometimes, but you know, I'm respectful of those cultural norms and rules, and so that I feel I have the advantage there. And so when I'm at a powwow, you know, I see what appears to be non-native photographers, and it's almost like they're there for their own gain. They're there to they'll walk up right in front of somebody and take their photo, or they'll step over a drum or trying to get the right shot, and they're not very respectful, and they don't ask permission to use the photos, they'll just use them.
I wouldn't want to be in a position where I suddenly see a big photograph of me on a building or maybe on a bus, and I wouldn't have any idea of it until I saw it. I would want to be asked first for that kind of publicity. So I really like how she does that.
I always ask for permission when I want to use an image of an individual. When I submit it to an exhibition, when I submit it to a newspaper, anything like that, just because I feel that, and this just is good manners, is I won't want somebody to use my image without asking me first. And so, you know, I think that that's just, people trust me.
I'm not gonna lie, there's been times where I haven't really seen a future for myself, but then she'll come around and she's always, it doesn't always have to be photographing me. She's been there as a person for me too. I can always talk to her whenever I want about things that are troubling me, and she's always had like a second mother figure to me. And it's just, I look up to her because she's accomplished so much coming from her household. She hasn't had the best upbringing, but she still makes it seem like her parents have given her the world, and she's still made it. There's hope for me. And yeah, I just really look up to her.
As being a Native and African American photographer, that I am able to relate more when I'm shooting Native events or cultural events, because I'm a community member.
Growing up, I've never been the most confident person in myself. I grew up with a lot of insecurities from 6th grade switching into my 7th grade year. That was a big change for me. I switched from a reservation school where I grew up with the same 12 kids in my class from birth until that year. And then I switched to a private school in Duluth with over 100 students in our class, and that was really hard. I started seeing myself as competing against other girls, and that wasn't a good experience for me. I think I've always had natural skills as a kid growing up, and that's because we all supported each other and we all helped each other out. But at Marshall, you had to compete to get on a sports team. If you weren't good enough, you didn't make the cut, you had to sit out, and that was just, it really took down my self-esteem a lot. And I think everyone noticed it. And once I met Ivy and she started taking photographs of me and making me feel like I'm not a nobody, I'm not a loser, I can still do stuff. She's really, ever since then, she's helped build my confidence back. It's not at the stage where I want it to be at, but I know that she'll continue to help me like that.
Through photography, Ivy has taught me to see myself the way she sees me, and that's not so bad. Every person should be so lucky to have someone like her to look up to.